What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This is one of my replays in my E25, the Tier 7 Preferred Matchmaking Premium German Tank Destroyer. If that wasn't a lot of words, here's some more. It is an assault battle on Siegfried Line, and I'm going to show you maybe not how to play this tank properly. Honestly, I kind of get a little bit out of my role, as it were. So, a lot of people who play the E25 will tell you it's a sniper TD. It has great camo, it can fire from a distance without getting spotted just fine. Honestly, and with the rate of fire it puts out and the accuracy of its gun, you are better off hanging back and just putting the hurt on. And there's a little bit of FPS drop. We'll see if that kind of clears up, and if it gets too bad, well, I'll have to revisit my settings, but please bear with it if it does continue to be an issue in this particular commentary. Anyway, Chi-Ri, right? Yep, Chi-Ri coming up, get a track on him. Nope, he just decided to stop the fire, and I'm just going to keep firing into him for that. 2 shots, 3 shots, but one of those was a critical for no damage, so far only about 430 done to him now. The enemy team kind of falling back quite a bit. Now, this is a Tier 7 match, which means I am the top of my tier, which is always very nice in an E25. The biggest things in E25 can see is Tier 8. This Chi-Ri has that autoloader, so he actually has a better rate of fire than the E25 here, which very few vehicles do, even if they are autoloading vehicles. So, right now, enemy team really spread out, a lot of them to that north, and I got a little bit too aggressive there, as you could tell, getting shot by the T-37 first and then the Chi-Ri. And right now I realize, well, right now that the Chi-Ri is dead, I don't really have any more reason to be here. I'm not going to try and play spotting games with that T-37 because, as you can see, my spotting range in this, not necessarily the best. I do later mount on coded optics and or binocs to kind of go back and forth between the two, because it really does help me to see the enemy vehicles I'm trying to shoot. A lot of the times I do end up having to be my own spotter because, well, a lot of the times the team crumbles around me. Let's face facts. Everyone gets bad teams, and sometimes they're the cause of it, and other times they're doing just fine, and their team just isn't carrying hard enough. And let's not discredit the enemy team's contribution. But anyway, right here, getting right into the city, getting beautiful side shots on Cromwell, and a back shot right there on the SU-122-44. And we're just going to keep loading off into him, because this Cromwell apparently does not recognize the E25 is the master of rate of fire and DPM. For those who are not familiar, the E25 on average has a 2700 DPM, which is greater than some Tier 10s. In fact, quite a few Tier 10s. T29 coming up behind me. What does that cause me to do? Well, recognize the situation is not winnable and decide to run. I cannot win at this point, being a one-shot for the T29, potential one-shot. Let's be honest, he can really low roll me, but I just don't have the DPM, even with how massively high it is, to take him out. So what do? I look for a flank, and I'm just going to hope this Cromwell decides to pull out, while my teammate seems to continually have him tracked there, but our Tiger P will be aware of the T29 as he pushes, as you could tell just by the way his gun was turned. What do? I continue to flank, recognizing that this little medium tank here in the back is going to cause some issues. Tiger P popping up and not being something I want to deal with, leaving my Panther to get shot, but I honestly didn't have many options in that, hoping the Tiger P pulls forward. As you can tell, he has the stock gun. I believe that little mark means by his name. Just part of the mod pack that I have installed on this version of the client. And I do kind of tweak my mods for those curious for doing commentaries, just to provide a little bit more information and help me really assess what's going on. It is very useful when doing viewer commentaries, replays, commentaries of those, because I don't really have as much of an idea of what's going on. The T29 coming up behind me, proving to me that he has the small gun, but kind of getting the drop on me, barely surviving there, and the Tiger P's round missing because he snapshots, for once RNG being in my favor, and continuing to push through, recognizing I have to kill this T25 too, and actually just going full-on auto-aim because I don't have time to do anything else. I need to get out of there before the T29 and Tiger P come up behind me. T37 coming in for it, but he misses the ram, and my Tiger P manages to save my backside right there, taking a little bit of damage from that, but I was already a one-shot for everything. T37 thought he had me, but my Tiger P coming in to save the day. Right now, 2600 damage dealt. The enemy team still has 5 vehicles left. I have 2 kills. And that T-29 is going to be a problem, but also that Tiger P is a considerable threat, though I did put quite a few rounds into him so far, dealing just over 500 damage with 4 hits. And so that's actually kind of low roll, because if I recall correctly, my average damage is 135. Yep, so that is definitely low rolling there for 4 shots. Or is it? Is my math wrong? Instincts tells me. I'm a very intuitive person. Sorry about stumbling over my own words.
5 minutes.
That is why I'm actually doing my own replay, because I want to get into your guys' 9.5 replays, Tiger P being sighted on my flank, but I'm kind of just ignoring him for the moment. And it looks like I might not have been spotted. I assume I have 6th sense on this thing. I can't imagine not. Tiger P getting flanked, and I have beautiful back shots on him. Nothing but his ass being hanging out there in the wind, trying to pen it, finally getting the shot, and he's starting his turret, but will not be done in time. Looks like our Tiger P did get overwhelmed by a T-34-85 and possibly an arty shot, I think, as well. I was not paying attention, but as I was saying earlier, kind of trying to get back into practice. I've taken a little bit of a break between this replay and the last one you guys saw uploaded for 9.4, and this is me getting back into 9.5. Right after this, I should be doing a commentary of one of your guys, and hopefully at the same time this comes out, roughly I should have an updated video on how to actually submit videos, because the format is a little bit more streamlined for my purposes to help me better sort what you guys send me, and that makes it easier on me to actually get to yours in a timely manner, and also figure out what I'm going to do for any particular day of recording. But enough rambling on about that. Kill number 4 for me, and down to 2 regular AP shots. So if you haven't been keeping track, I've been mostly firing AP. I think I fired a few APCR when I was fighting that Tiger P, trying to pen his front, because, well, I mean, it's a Tiger P. Come on, I'm an E25. I don't have that good of penetration. Cut me some slack. I'm ET29, very much hurt. Over 3,000 damage dealt for me at this point, and I continue to drive around in the city and doing flanks and stuff. And again, it's me not really playing my role. I'm playing more of an assault TD, which honestly the E25 can perform as. It's kind of a hybrid tank destroyer scout. I do light that T29 on fire and finish him off that way. I have HE shells loaded, but it's only artillery left, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm actually not sure. I want to say it's like only 50 pen or something. 38 penetration. Well, not even that much. So still, artillery doesn't really have any armor whatsoever, and I'm confident in my ability to kill him with high explosive shells. And if I can't kill him in 2 high explosive shells, which there he is, fire 1, no go, and fire 2, there we go, a solid 169 hits. So a bit of a good roll there. Not really any more than my standard shells could have done if they high rolled, but still very solid. Looks like our Greel wanted to get the shot, but not quite getting it, and that M44 will be spotted and killed by me, I think, if I recall correctly. He's looking right at me, but I go in YOLO and take him out. Get that monster kill, and that will quite do it for this match. So overall, over 3,700 damage, over, well, not over 6 kills, but 6 kills, and a final score of 15-10. A very close match, and certainly a pretty hard carry by yours truly. But let's go to those post-game stats and see how well everyone else did. Alright, here we go. Things we kind of already knew for me. Top Gun, High Caliber, Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, as if there was any doubt with those number of kills and that amount of damage. However, the rest of the teams, that T-34-85 actually doing quite well for himself. Kind of surprising. They're already not doing too shabby. That Cromwell doing a pretty good job, but everyone else kind of just mediocre. A few of them really dropping that ball. And, ooh, you never like to see a 0 damage game in an SU-122-44. That's disgraceful. 1 shot fired with that rate of fire. Ugh. Gotta say, I mean, I know everyone has their bad games. I do as well, but man, that's sad. Still, our artillery looking like he didn't really do much the entire match. He might have actually even been AFK. Was he? Nope, he fired... Oh, come on, man. You could have fired more than 4 shots, but... enough bashing on everyone else. It looks like our Tiger P, the one that saved me, doing a pretty good job pulling his weight. Our Greel doing a pretty good job as well. The Tiger 1 could have done better considering he had much more hit points, and the Tiger 1 does have one of the best rate of fires in the game for its tier, E25 being, you know, the exception for that. But still, Tiger 1, very good alpha, very good rate of fire, very good penetration, so I kind of would have liked to see more from him, but still, both teams kind of not performing up to their tank's performance, except for our Tiger P, and that T-3485 on the enemy team absolutely being a monster in that thing. I'm pretty sure that's only a tier 6, and so to do that much damage into tier 6 is actually quite impressive. Still, 39 shots fired, 34 of those hit, and only 29 pens. That's the E25 for you. You're going to get a lot of rounds off, but not a lot of them are going to actually penetrate. So, still, not too shabby. 37-15 average damage. Got a little bit blocked by armor, which obviously saved me. I was barely alive there at the end of that match, and if I wasn't alive, well, I think it's safe to say our team would not have won. Enemy vehicle spotted 4, enemy vehicles damaged to destroyed 10-6. And player damage due to lead players assistance 432. A lot of distance traveled, 3.65 kilometers. So that's definitely just shows how much I was driving around. And again, kind of playing the E25 in a role other than a TD. I was very mobile. I was almost like a scout tank. That was almost kind of like gameplay you'd expect to see from like a 1390 or an RU or a T54 lightweight, something more along those lines. But I was definitely on the front lines and putting out the damage and getting those flanks and being as flexible as possible because I kind of knew I needed to be. And it paid off, literally. 81,708 in profit, so definitely very happy with that, and just under 5,000 experience when all was said and done with the ×2 multiplier and everything else. So very happy with that game's performance, and overall just a great match for me. So thanks for watching, guys. If you got a replay, be sure to check the description below for instructions on how to submit. Like I said, there might be a new video out on that, so if it is, it will be linked in the description. If not, the video that link brings you to will have an annotation on it. You can click that to go to the more recent one. But until next time, this has been Spang, and, well, clearly I am just oh so professional. Take care, everyone.
MLG Dynamo.